You rewind this, manifest behind this.
No limit with the bars, you know Jesus bout it. Manifest on a beat, you know I had to cop it. And if you hating on the crew, you might as well stop.
Oh, it's your boy Jeter. What's good, people? What's good out there?
What's happening? Man, welcome back to another edition of Paper Planes and Rock Chains podcast. Like I said, I'm Von, that's Jeter. You know what I mean? We just here giving you great content. You know what I mean? Thanks for everybody continued support. We are, like I said, we are two diehard Rockefeller fans, and we just like to discuss all things ROC. But before we get into that, how's your week been, Jeter?
It's been pretty good, man. Chilling, ready for the snow to melt. And
Still dealing with the snow.
It's supposed to snow tonight, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be bad, but yeah, I think they say after midnight we're supposed to get a little flurries.
Yeah,
I'm tired of shit. I'm ready to melt.
Yeah, the snow finally melted here, so yeah, we're pretty set. We're pretty set over here. Like I think we're done. I think we're done. We had some 65-degree days and all.
47 today. Yesterday it felt good. Felt good.
So today we're going to discuss. We talked last episode. We talked about the number one producer on the rock. Now we're talking about the biggest DJ on the rock, and at one time one of the biggest DJs in the world when it comes to the mixtape DJing.
You know what?
What's crazy is DJ. Go ahead.
I don't even cut you off, but me said something straight. I think I said it on the show before. I might not have, but everybody know. We, like you said, we are diehard Rockefeller fans. Everybody know my favorite rapper from Rockefeller, excluded Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak. So, I be looking at this Bleak podcast. I be chiming in on X, which was forming on his Twitter, and people always atting me, when you gonna be on the show? When you gonna be on the show? When you gonna be on the show? When is your turn? And I know what they doing. I know who they looking for. To clear the record straight, I'm Jeter. Y'all referring to Jeter K, Cody's, Marcy Projects, wanna get low, Memphis Bleak, right hand man. So how I got the name Jeter? Let's take it back. All right. So my senior year high school, 2003, I was working at McDonald's. I was working because my grandma, she just retired. So it was, you got to buy your school clothes. You got to buy your cap and gown. So I had to do all this stuff myself. So in order for me to do that, I went and got a summer job. Well, saved up some money. But then in the meantime, Joel Santana, State Property, came out in the same month. It was August, probably like 2 weeks apart. So I basically didn't really care about my cap and gown at the time. I wanted those albums. So I worked every day, morning and night, while all my boys was taking vacation. I was at the job working. So come to find out, one of the boys said, yo, and I was always listening to Jeter K, Carter Faculty, all the mixtapes he had, the joint he did with Kanye West, Respect Carter. So I knew who Jeter K was.
What's funny was I just realized that Carter Faculty was a label ran by Jay-Z's cousin, B-High. And that's where, and I always wondered, why wasn't the Rangers signed to the Rock, but the Rangers was signed to Carter Faculty?
Yeah.
Go ahead, my brother.
So when I was working every day while my boys from the job was, taking vacation, I was working morning and nights, which I was just part of the night crew. I was working morning and night. So one of my boys, Brandon, he came in and said, yo, Jeter, you working every day. And I was like, Jeter? He said, you always listen to Jeter K? You Jeter? I was like, nah, don't call me that dude name. And then he said, yo, it's an acronym for it. Getting every dollar aggressively, yo, that's you. And that kind of stuck with me. I said, nah, man, nah. But then it stuck with me. Getting every dollar aggressively, that's where I got that Jeter from. But it was no disrespect into Jeter K. Shout out to him. he was always my man. Respect Carter, respect The Rock. That was my guy. And he did joints with, of course, Memphis Bleak. They did the Marcy, the 1-2 Yard, the Brooklyn off the DJ.
Which was crazy when the footage came up. Popped up this like last couple of weeks. It was crazy to see GDK. To be honest, I never really knew what GDK looked like.
Yeah.
I never knew what he looked like. So it was crazy to see him performing right beside Jay-Z on 1-2 Y'all. I knew the voice. I think that was
on the Blueprint Lounge tour, because I think I seen him when they came to Raleigh. I think they stopped at it wasn't the stadium, it was the club.
The Ritz.
Yeah. And they stopped at the Ritz that year. So I think I remember seeing GDK up there. So but shout out to GDK.
Because somebody recently just asked in the comments, my homeboy was like, yo, is that GDK? I was like, no,
that's why I said, yo, let me go ahead and just say that, yo.
Clear the air. Right. But shout to GDK, man. I'm gonna try to see if we can get GDK on the podcast. I'm gonna see if we can.
That would be dope, because I do got questions for him, yo. We'll see what he usually say. He only call it best style, call it big style. So shout out to my man.
Yeah, that'd be dope. So it's funny that we're discussing DJ Clue today, because his name has been ringing because of the release of the Fallout when he put the Cold mixtape out. Before we get to Clue, real quick, what'd you think of the Cole album?
It was like I said, it was pretty dope until he said he was the greatest. Like I think it was like track 11.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say he was the greatest to that joint. So when he said that, that's when I pretty much turned it off. I'm still stuck on that apology, man. Like Cole, I wouldn't say nothing from Cole. Great lyricist, great story writer. Great storyteller, great writer. But I feel like you can't say every rapper's supposed to feel like they're the greatest, but when you duck smoke, it's like you can't say you the greatest now.
Yeah. Super facts. Super facts. I thought the album was incredible. I thought it was classic material. I think it'll go down as one of the greatest double disc albums. I think it's right up there with the Life After Deaths and All Eyes on Me, as some of the greatest double disc albums ever.
Yeah.
It was cool. I thought it was a really good album. I think he really repped for the Fayetteville really hard on the album. It was dope. It was a really dope album. I do be feeling like it'd be a lot of shade for Cole because
that apology.
The apology, and I think people feel like, damn, why you ain't put another Fayetteville nigga on yet? You got a record label called Dreamville. You would never put a nigga from Fayetteville on, so I don't know. I don't rap. No, I don't rap, so I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he could.
He could. I heard he about to do something with some Fayetteville artists. I don't know.
Okay.
Don't get me the line. All right, so let's talk about it. DJ Clue. First time I heard DJ Clue, it's really kind of hard to pinpoint it because personally, I remember the early mixtapes when it was on CDs. You know what I mean? I don't remember the actual.
I had an actual tape.
I don't remember the actual tapes, mixtapes. Yeah. I don't remember having too many of those. But like I said, I fell in love with hip hop around end of 97, 1998, right around the time The Professional came out. So, to get your hands on a DJ Clue mixtape was golden. You talking about hearing records 6 months before they about to come out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and if you was at the top. If you was at the top of the mixtape, like in that first five songs,
yeah, you was popping. You was next.
Popping. You was popping. I think rappers like Cameron, Nori, The Locks, Pun, Canvas. I think all those guys don't get where they at without the Clue mixtape shit.
Yeah. Yep. I think my first Clue mixtape, I think I had two in my life. The first one, I can't remember the names, but I had them on tape because I remember walking to my mom's job one day, yo, and I was playing it, and the song that I was listening to was I think it was The Firm from the Actions, with I think it was Nature, Foxy, Nas, and AZ on the joint, the doom 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 doom, that joint. And I remember Clue shout outs through the whole joint, yo, like, you know, he like Cluminati. Like I can listen to that song now and I remember where he put his ad-libs at. So that was my first Clue tape. And the second one I can remember, I just knew it had to be like 96 because the first song was Can't Knock the Hustle.
Wow. You had a Clue tape with Can't Knock the Hustle on it?
Yeah, it had Can't Knock the Hustle on it. Ain't No Nigga, Brooklyn Finest, Daytona 500. Wow. And what is happening? They're the only 4 songs I remember because I wore that tape out, yo.
That's a crazy tape.
Man.
That was a
it started with Ain't No, because Ain't No was the first joint. Then, you know, he played a couple songs. Then it was Ain't No. Then you flip the tape. And it was it started with Brooklyn Finest because like I said, I always thought Brooklyn Finest was Biggie's song at the time. And it was Jay joint. So yeah.
One of my first Clue tapes was, I don't know the name, I don't know the name of any of it, but I remember one of my first 2 Clue tapes was it had DMX, You've been eating long enough now, stop being greedy.
Yeah.
And at the time, you remember on that song, DMX is flipping his voice back and forth. I thought DMX was a group. I swear to God.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing about, you know what I'm saying, not having the internet at the time because you didn't know who was who.
Didn't know who was who.
Magazines and shit like that.
Right. So and if you remember the video, it's like he had like 2 heads on the it was when I heard that song, I thought DMX was 2 people. And it wasn't until Get At Me Dog. So I was like, oh, this is one guy. I said, oh shit, that's crazy. But yeah, I remember having that mixtape. I remember that being on that mixtape. And then the Cannabis song, when he was coming at LL, the Second Round Knockout.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I heard Cannabis, and I was like, God dog, this little nigga got to be crazy be fucking with LL.
He killed LL. On the real. People don't want to say it, but that Second Round Knockout was hell.
It was hell.
But it was like I felt like he was too early.
It was a little too early. LL won the war. He got that. Cannabis won that round, but LL
won the
war. Because Cannabis never had anything remotely ever close to what that spark was. And then with the dope thing about Clue was we didn't, we never knew what he looked like for real. Yeah. Like it was like who is this? And all this other shit. Like who is this guy? Like how is he getting all these exclusive records first? You know what I mean? How has this happened? It's stories of Clue getting kidnapped by Big Pun and all this shit, and B.I.G. wanting to kill him because he leaked his records. Like, man, Clue's going into them trenches to get those records, man. Like, sticking up engineers type shit. You know what I mean?
He was one of them ones, man. The hottest DJs. I'm surprised that well, I'm not surprised, but it was kind of crazy that he actually signed to Rockefeller. Like, they have a DJ. Like most record labels wasn't really a DJ. It was just a artist, and then you have a female artist, and then Rockefeller had that female artist, singer. Then they had a DJ. So it was like, damn, that that solidified it, yo. Damn.
For the longest time, he was the second biggest act on Rockefeller outside of Jay-Z. Like, before Bleak goes on to go gold and on the coming of age, the Professional. You know what I mean? It was the Professional that moved those units.
Yep.
The Professional, man. Let's get into the Professional, man. That album is a classic, dog. That album is just.
I listened to him this weekend. That's why I was like, yo, we gotta talk about Clue. I went back and listened to 3.
Oh my God, we ain't gonna talk about 3.
We got to.
We gonna talk about Professional 3. Oh my God.
Yeah, we got to.
Man,
right.
That was some of those bad Jay-Z moves towards the end. The Professional, man. I mean, to kick it off with the Rough Riders anthem, which was crazy. What was ringing out because Rough Riders, the Rough Riders anthem. The Rough Riders anthem remix, which was on DJ Clue album, but the original was just going crazy. Then to have all Rough Riders on it, just set that shit off.
Yeah, that's like this is the Rough Rider family right here. But she wasn't on it. He wasn't on it.
That was my shit.
Yeah, so when Clue set that shit off, man, I really liked it. I killed that shit, yo, and I didn't even like the original one. Because it just felt too slow for me, yo.
But Rough Riders anthem?
Yeah, I didn't like the original one.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't, man. But the remix, Drag set that shit off, yo. They called me Drag On Stack. I was like, oh shit.
I'll be seeing Drag on TikTok on live and shit. That shit dope.
Yeah.
Who had the best verse on Fantastic Four?
Shit, I ain't heard that shit in a minute, and that's crazy because I ain't even get a chance to listen to that one, yo. But I'll listen to part 2. Oh, damn!
It's fantastic. Is this the Fantastic Four when Fab said only time that I see time behind bars?
Part 2.
That's part 2. Okay.
Yeah, because Pun was on part 1. He passed away. So
Jesus, I'm in the garden, on to Jesus.
Karen, but part 2, I say Cameron.
Yeah. It's crazy how back then Cam, he just seemed like this little Puerto Rican rapper. You know what I mean? It seemed like he was just like all right. By the time he got to The Rock, he was just like dope. But back then, I just thought he was just like okay.
Yeah, because I want to say he had them like ABC 1 2 3 rounds, yo. But
yeah,
it's the way he like put it together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got to go back to listen to Fantastic Four too. I forgot there was two parts.
That's when I think part 1 kind of set up Ja Rule, of course Memphis Bleak.
Fabulous. That was the first time we heard Fab was on his tape.
I think he was on the end of the joint, yo.
He was on the end.
Fabulous Sport.
Yep.
Yep. So it kind of set them up, yo.
Yeah, it definitely did. You know, when I think about this album, you know what else album that's kind of like when I think about this album that makes me think about another album is Rough Riders Volume 1. I don't know why, but those 2 albums used to be on repeat all the time.
Because I think they came out around about the same time, yo.
Yeah. And I always wondered how the hell Jay-Z had a solo song on a Rough Riders compilation album.
Yeah, once I heard that was it was Jadakiss song.
Really?
Yeah, they said it was Jadakiss song. He ain't like the beat because that's Eve on the hook. That's what Swiss said on Drink Champs. It's Eve on the hook. They're saying Jigga. So it was Jada. What's my motherfucking name? Jada. But he didn't like it. And so, when he heard Flex bomb the joint, when Flex get it and bomb it, it's like, yo, it's over. Yeah, so
and tell Flex to drop a bomb to that, and everybody singing along on the track. Come on.
So that's what happened.
Do Kluk have the greatest mixtape album discography?
Yes, especially with part 2.
Just for shits and giggles, most people would say Khaled or I wouldn't say DJ Drama. I think DJ Drama first album was really good, but not a classic, but really good. But I think if you can, DJ Khaled only did 3 albums. Khaled is on like damn near 10 albums or some shit. Most people would say Khaled has the best discography from a DJ album.
That's their opinion, but I don't think nothing. No DJ top professional part 2, yo. No DJ put an album out that top professional part 2.
Me too, because and also you have to, and there's also he has 4 albums because Backstage is technically Backstage is technically a DJ Clue album.
Do you want to count the Dream Team, or you want to say this Dame Dash album? Because Clue did host that. I'm
gonna say that's Dame Dash Presents. So I'm gonna say that's a Dame Dash album. So yeah. Me personally, I'm gonna have to say DJ Clue has the best discography for DJ albums. I think honorable mentions. Funk Flex has some good shit with the 60 Minutes of Funk. I remember that Kid Capri album was pretty tough back in the day. K Slay has some really good albums.
Man, it really hurts too many K Slay albums.
K Slay has some good albums. K Slay has some good albums. Who am I missing? Like I said, Drama has some good albums.
Drama, Khaled, Clue, Envy had what?
Oh, Envy had that. Envy did have the conversation, but he had that classic Jay-Z song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that classic Jay-Z song. I had to give it to him. Envy did have that classic Jay-Z
song. Wrists on fire. Hove in the studio, the boots on fire. Yeah. We do kicks on my feet.
Envy on the beat.
Envy on the beat. Yeah. So he was a product of Clue.
He was a product of Clue. He was a product of Clue. Man, I guess we would definitely have to talk about Desert Storm. Desert Storm Records, which started hot with Fabulous. Off the rip, platinum. I remember he jumped on the Superwoman record with Lil Mo. That kind of kicked him, great Kickstarter. And then from that to the song with Nate Dogg, and then before you know it, Fabulous becomes a household name, and then Desert Storm becomes a household record label. But he never could get the next guy.
Nah,
never could get the next guy. Even
I don't even remember who was on Desert Storm.
Say that again.
I don't even remember who was on Desert Storm. I just know it was Fab, Envy. I want to say Joe Buttons, but
it was. I know there was connection with Web and Nitty, but I don't know if Joe Buttons was ever directly signed to Clue.
Yeah. So,
some could say Paul Kane.
Yeah, see, I was thinking about Paul, but I was like, ain't this Fab brother? So with that, he's just screaming it because that was his brother. But
Ransom was like Desert Storm.
I think was he part of that Triangle Offense too?
I think that's when they used to scream that Triangle Offense. I think Ransom Hitchcock.
Buttons and Paul.
And then I think but Clue never could get another artist to stand like next to Fab that to keep the Desert Storm thing really going. Even though he was winning with Fab. Fab first 2 albums went platinum, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
My favorite Fab album is Real Talk.
That's the Breathe album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that album. That's a really solid album by Fab. I think the Young OG project is probably the best album from Fab, but that's probably like number 2 for me personally. But yeah. I think, I always say Fab got classic mixtapes and no classic albums.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
We ain't got no classic albums.
That's what Real Talk is a classic joint.
Huh?
You think Real Talk is a classic?
Breathe is a classic record. Breathe is a classic. It's definitely a classic record. Real Talk might have been a little too long. Might have been a tad bit long. Pause. But I don't think Real Talk is a classic. I don't think so. I mean, it has some really good records on. I like Tick for Tack.
Yeah.
If fun hip hop history, that was the first time a lot of us got introduced to Young Jeezy. Well, do the damn thing. Yeah. But let's get to Professional Part 2, man. You said that's one of your favorite DJ Clue albums.
Yep.
I love the way the shit started with the
Mary and Kiss.
The Kiss and Mary shit. That shit was tough.
Yeah.
That shit was tough. The Jay-Z freestyle. Crazy.
Exclusive with X.
With X, right.
They're coming for you, Beans and Free. That whole album was that's a classic. That whole album was no skip.
Another one. I think this is on this album. The shit with the Bravehearts. Was that part 1?
I think that might be part 1 because I don't think the only person up there is Nas.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
But that might. You just hummed it. That might be part 2. That joint with Nas. Dun 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 dun. I know you like just DJ Clue's Professional Part 2.
Yeah, that shit. Right. What's another crazy thing about this album? Live from the Bridge. It is on this album, Live from the Bridge, featuring Nas. Yeah. Track 17, Bathgate Freestyle. I thought this nigga Bathgate was gonna be the next nigga. The way he killed that freestyle, I thought that nigga Bathgate was next.
Yeah.
He had that song. Last thing I ever seen him put out was that shit where he did on a National Security album. Remember that shit when he was?
Oh no!
It was like his only single.
I don't know. You got to refresh my memory, yo. You got to play it or something.
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought the nigga Bathgate was going to be alright. You know what I mean? I went back and watched one of his interviews recently. He hip hop bullshit of why the shit didn't happen. But I definitely thought that he was going to be next. Definitely thought he was going to be next. Album is classic, man. Professional Tool, classic.
Even the shit, man, that shit with Trick and Trina, man. That shit was crazy. Man. Shit with M and Method Man. And that whole album was fire.
Royce the 5'9".
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Change the Game remix.
Change the Game. They didn't really like that song.
You didn't? I did.
I've never been a Daz Corrupt guy. Like I never understood why niggas was so into Daz and Corrupt, but
man, Daz that nigga, yo. Daz can spit. Corrupt nice too, but if I had to choose one, it'd be Daz.
For real?
Daz lyrical. He can go. But Corrupt, he more the wild card. Like, I'm gonna say what I want to say.
And you know what's something else is really impressive about the whole DJ Clue run?
What's that?
He never made videos until he did. He sold all those records. Like I think Dame Dash points it out on Backstage or somewhere. He said he sold all those records without a single, without nothing, without he sold. It was never for all those professionals. Those two first professionals, there wasn't a video.
Nah,
there was no videos.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. It was just promo. I remember the promos from part 2.
Yeah, it was never a video. Only time he had pretty much a video was Bond Right with Bleak, because it was kind of like it was the DJ.
Backstage.
It was Backstage album, which was kind of like Clue's album, and Clue was right there with Bleak. So
he had on those. He had 3 on those joints, yo.
Yep, he had Best of Me remix,
the Beanie Siegel. In the club.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say keep it thorough, but he wasn't in that video. But
yeah, keep it thorough was on that album. Yeah.
But it was on Prodigy album also.
It was on Prodigy album as well. Yeah. That was a good one to throw the clue. Like keep it thorough was that shit. That shit. Head HNIC is one of my favorite albums of all time. One of my sleeper favorites of all time. That's when I feel like around that time, Prodigy was like top 5 at around that time, and that little space right there. So then DJ Clue becomes a household name, a brand. Hot 97. He's on MTV, Direct Effect, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So then we don't get albums for years. We just got tapes.
Tapes and all that.
I remember argument that DJ Clue and God Bless the Dead, K Slay got an argument on the radio. K Slay was like, Clue, you Hollywood now.
Yeah, I
you be putting on no album, you Hollywood now.
Yeah.
So we definitely lost some of his momentum, and other people started coming to the forefront because he was just thinking bigger, TV, other things. But the Professional 3 should have came out more like 2002, you know what I mean, compared to 7, 6, whenever that was. Yeah. So,
but if you go back, like when I first bought the album and I listened to it,
Professional 3,
it was only 2 songs that I liked, but maybe 3, and that was
I bought that shit too. CD, bought it, store, me too.
It was the Snoop Dogg, Almost Fuck. It was Jadakiss Ugly, and it was MOP. What's the name of Johnzo New York? But when I went back and listened to it this weekend, it was an okay project. Maybe because my ears adapted to it. Because back then I was looking at it as, more.
You thought you would get the same feel.
But it was just more like different shit, yo. And I was just like, back then I was like, But when I went back and listened to it, it was just like, okay, it is some dope tracks up here, yo.
My favorite joint off that whole album was the Jagged Edge flip of the Jodeci song. That was my favorite. That was my favorite one. I
think Fab was on that joint too.
And Fab killed it. Come and talk to me. That was my favorite. The Kiss song. Fuck is everybody so mad at the song? Yeah. But learn how to switch your pile up and go.
That song so old. That was one of my MySpace songs, yo.
Yeah, that song was just floating around like.
Yeah,
it had to land somewhere because that shit was like floating around for forever. You know, what I mean?
That shit can't probably
about to get ugly.
Because by the time he said off for Dodgers over the night boots, marvelous. I don't think nobody was running off for Dodgers then back in 2007.
Yeah.
She was gone.
I think that song was initially for the Jadakiss album that was supposed to be "Kiss My Ass" that never really came out. It was supposed to be before the Kiss of Death. No, what was the last one that had the Kiss name in it?
Last Kiss.
Last Kiss, yes. Before it was called The Last Kiss, it was supposed to be called Kiss My Ass.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was something that didn't come out.
Yeah, it didn't come out.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Overall, man, I think Clue is definitely stamped in history as one of the greats. Do you think he could have kept the legacy going a little longer?
Yes.
When if he would have like adopted the DJ Drama mentality of doing tapes with people, like the way Drama was doing.
Yeah, he could have, man. He could have did the same thing what K-Slade was doing too, like grabbing artists and just like putting them on certain songs and stuff, man, because everybody wanted to be on the Clue album, man, or Clue tape. Everybody wanted to fight for that top spot, man. Mm-hmm. And I think what kind of like he's probably shied away from it. I don't know, but I guess when the streaming came about, it kind of like took away the momentum, and he just stopped. And he just, like you said, start doing other things, definitely other projects, being more in tune with the Hot 97.
Right. Yeah, like
105, right?
Yeah. He's been at Power for a long time. Been at Power 105 a long time. And then it was his offsprings, Skane Dollar, Duro, all those people, to go on and do other things as well.
He also a producer too, yo. So he probably just making beats that we never we probably don't even know he made.
Right.
I don't know if he made a beat, but if you remember on Backstage when he was when Dane was talking to them, and the beat, it was Pop for Rock.
Yeah. That was Pop for Rock in the background. Yeah.
So I don't know if he made that beat or it was one of his, Skane Dollars or Duro that made it, but he could have been like one of those solid producers.
Yeah. To me, I definitely felt like DJ Clue was a complete legend, but I definitely think it was supposed to be more shit that he could have done with Desert Storm and The Professional, and just I don't know. Suddenly got rich and got comfortable, got on that radio, and it just kind of like was cool.
Let's think about it.
Getting them MTV checks.
Think about it, man. Them times when the state property was going to get the lots and they was all on Hot 97. Clue could have been involved. Clue could have been in that. You know what I'm saying? Like making those joints, because I think it was Funk Flex that was doing all the Hot 97 joints. And when whole Rockefeller when they did the Hot 97, and then the state property went up there and got it at the locks, it was Flex that was doing all that. That should have been Clue, since those like Rockefeller. It should have been Clue playing all those beats and stuff, yo. That's what I think, yo.
Yeah, definitely. It only made sense on brand,
Yeah, we can't get mad at the DJ.
Can't get mad at the DJ, and I know it put him in a weird spot at the time when definitely D Block and State Property was going at it, because you never heard a Clue tape without the locks on it, ever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Never heard a Clue tape without the locks. So yeah, and I can imagine just people just ignore, just on him all the time, like, yo, put me on the Clue tape, you know what I mean? Like niggas running up on him like I'm hot, nigga, put me on the Clue tape.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he took some money to put a few niggas at the end of Clue tapes.
Yeah, but them top 5, you had to be solidified.
And I definitely think he probably could have went into the DVD game too. Like, you know what I mean? He could have started doing like Smack DVDs, and you know what I mean? Because shit started changing and shit.
Yeah,
definitely started changing. Another honorable mention, classic mixtape DJ album, The Tunnel by Funk Flex. That album was crazy.
Yeah. I had that joke too.
It's crazy. Shit, remember that shit kicked off with the Biggie and Pac freestyle? That shit was
nuts. But yeah, I had that joint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, rest in peace to Big Cap.
I just got it for the for my thugs joint, yo.
Oh yeah, this is for my thugs.
Oh, rock.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard. Yeah, that was my shit. That was my shit right there.
Yeah, I wish Clue would have just like got more involved with some Rockefeller team, yo.
I mean, I think he was more or less trying to build Desert Storm because, you know, him building The Rock doesn't bring him any money, you know what I mean, compared to building Desert Storm, which was his actual label. We have a platinum artist on there already. I think he was more focused on, you know, building Desert Storm into something compared to, you know, we love The Rock.
Yeah.
You know, we diehard RLC fans, but, you know, business is business at the end of the day because some people would say, why wasn't Fab just signed to The Rock? You know, like,
yeah,
it only would make sense. Fab with The Rock would have just made complete sense. Like, for real. But gotta get your money. Gotta get your money. You feel me? Gotta get your money. Let's end it here. What would you say is the best mixtape that DJ Clue dropped? Do you think he have the one that you think is his best mixtape?
When you talking about like album wise or
not the albums, just like the mixtapes?
Shit, it's so many, yo. Like I don't know, man. It's crazy that you said that because I seen some guy on IG. He was selling like a whole Clue, like deep mixtapes that he ever made for like $30, and he was gonna like stream, like all his mixtapes. But the one I can remember that I had bought like from in the barbershop was the first William H. Holler. Yeah, that's the one that mostly has some of the I think backstage up. That was before the backstage came out. I think it had some of the tracks that was gonna be on the backstage, but it had the Mind Right remix up there. I think it had Beanie Siegel song that never released was Get That Dough. I used to kill that joint, yo. And, one of them Jay-Z's, I think it had a Jay-Z freestyle on it. I think it had Emil, I'm Gonna Tell Your Girlfriend on it. Can't Believe, Carl Thomas and Faith, that was on it.
Oh shit.
Something. I think it had Whoa Remix on it.
Oh, I remember who's on Whoa Remix?
I just know Beanie Siegel was on it. Rod Digger. What's it? I don't want to say the Brat, but she might have been. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, that was like the last one I have that I remember having. Yeah, was William Holler.
Yeah, it was so many.
Yeah,
I think the classic ones I remember was Clue for President. I'm just used to go crazy.
The one I hear the most is Going for Broke.
Yeah. The William H. Holler series. Yep. Yeah. Oh, I remember. Oh, Hate Me Now too. Ooh.
Yeah, it's so many joints, man.
I always wonder how could you pay? Like, did he pay the rappers to be on his albums? Like, how could you pay all these niggas to be on the album? Like, maybe that's why he had no videos and no more budget.
I don't know, man. You talking about the Rockefeller albums? or like mixtapes.
Well, the mixtapes was promotional use. You know, that's to heat you up. But I mean, like the albums, like how'd you get a Rockefeller album? Like, how'd you get all these niggas on here? And, like, did these niggas you charge these niggas or like you have to? Yeah, I'm like
that's a lot of people.
A lot of people. That's a lot of label clearance. A lot of that, you know. It's definitely all that, man. Definitely all that, man. But this was another episode of Paper Planes and Rock Chains podcast, man. Y'all definitely let us know what we should talk about next. We're talking all things ROC. And make sure y'all go tap in with them classic DJ Clue albums, the Professional 1, the Professional 2, the Professional 3, Backstage.
All that good stuff, man. Even some old mixtapes if you can, yo. If they online, just
all the old mixtapes, all that shit. Yeah. Definitely tap in, youngsters. DJ Clue, man. DJ Clue. There was a time where DJs made albums. Before DJ Khaled ever made an album, there was DJ Clue.
Illuminati.
Hey, man, Jeter, man. So we definitely cleared that up that you're not G to K.
Yeah, shout out to G to K.
That we're not G to K. Man, I was looking at your freestyle earlier, man. That shit is your song earlier, man. That shit is so clean and dope, man. That video is.
Yeah, appreciate
that. TikTok, I was like, man, this shit is just so fire, nigga. That shit is fire.
That's one of the ones that I when he had that beat, man, and I think I shared the when he first made that beat. I think it was like 84 weeks ago, which is probably 87 now. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, you know, the real just keep playing over and over and over. So, you know, I just kept writing to it, just kept repeating itself. And I'll be in a barbershop, like writing to it. Then when I ain't got no cuts, I'll be writing that shit, trying to memorize that shit. So then when I went home and I said, yo, man, it's this beat you got that I want, yo. He already knew what it was because I shared that shit so much. So he, you know, went to his MPC. He said it can take him like 10 minutes. It took him probably like 2 minutes. He loaded that shit up, and when them shits came knocking out them speaker monitors, it gave me the chills, man. He said, because you know it's a different sound when you playing it in your car, playing it in your AirPods or your Beats or whatever, to them speaker monitors in there, them subs just hidden.
Right.
He said, yo, this it. I jumped in that booth. He said, you ready? You got it already? I said, I got it. And I had a hook to it, but I ain't put the hook in there because it would have been longer, no homo. It would have been longer than what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So I just said, fuck it, no hook. Just ran it. It took me probably like 2, maybe 3 takes. But I ran through it, and then I ran right back, and then I did like a third time just to make sure, like you said, it was clean. Because I was so anxious that, you know, I listened to it. I'm like, I fuck that word up. And I go through the whole thing over. So it took me probably like 20 minutes to complete it.
When was the first time you ever got in a booth? Like a while old?
The actual booth, it's probably like 2006.
Oh, this is well past high school.
Yeah, it's like 2006. It's crazy. I was in New York. I was in Brooklyn at that time. I was on Fulton Street. It was a studio called Explode, right on Fulton. So that's the first time I went in there. I was nervous as shit, yo, because I was
paid for your own studio time and shit.
Yeah, it was 35. It was 60 an hour, but my man's in it I was with, they pretty much built that studio. I ain't say build it, but they was the first ones in there and they kept it running. Mm-hmm. So gave them a deal. So by me running with them, they charged them like 35. So I went in there and I was nervous as shit, yo, because I was around, everybody was looking at me.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. Yeah, first time in that booth, boy, you just nerves be crazy.
They had no rap voice at the time, man. It was just like,
I think that's the hardest part is just finding your rap voice.
Yeah, I ain't had no voice, man. It was just like dull. But they liked it, but I was like, these niggas is lying. They don't like that shit. But you know, niggas don't want to crush you at the time. So
right.
throughout, I brought this shit back. Niggas was like, nah, that ain't true. And I had to find my voice. And then fucking with Manny, I found my voice. And my cousin and my homeboy aunt, they helped me find my voice. So I've been ready ever since.
Yes, sir, man. I put out a little old free. This is an old song, little old song.
Yeah, I seen it. You can tell when stuff is old, man, because you know. Tell yo, so I was like, yeah, that's old, yo, because your boy sound like that now.
Yeah, that's like fucking 10, 15 years ago. I'm gonna find a lot of my old shit. You know AWACS.
Yeah.
I did that with AWACS years ago. Song called "We Did Change," and you know I got all this camera equipment and shit, and you know I'm like, man, I'm gonna put out some of that old, you know, just put some of that old shit and just shoot a little video to it and quick little da. Yeah, man. I ain't got no ambitions of being a rapper again, but you know,
I mean, sometimes I get that spurt, man, where I want to start. I do it, then I say I won't do it no more. But then you hear somebody like a Big V, I mean, fuck that. He make me want to go right. Just get to it.
I always just wanted to tell my story one time. I kind of wanted to do like Jay. What Jay's initial plan was to put out one album, tell my life, be done. But I never got to. I got a lot of little records laying around from way back. I haven't, from way back. But now I just kind of tell my life, my story through podcasts. So I ain't really tripping like that, man. But thanks everybody for tapping in, man.
Yes, sir.
Have everybody, man, have a super, super blessed week. Make sure y'all subscribe and definitely tapping in. Make sure y'all support my man Jeter, everything he got going on with the music.
Yes, sir.
And make sure y'all support this podcast, man. But you know how we end this shit, man. Till the next time we see you, put your motherfucking diamonds in the air.
You know it.
Yes, sir. This is another edition of Paper Planes and Rock Chains podcast. Peace and love.